What's good, everybody? Welcome to more Twin Russell Pod. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoy this type of videos. All right, video we gonna focus on AEW Dynamite. I finally got the chance to watch it, and I'm gonna review it. It's gonna be a quick review. This was finally the type of show that I wanted from AEW. Right? This was a great show. No distractions, nothing, no controversies. Last 2 weeks of AEW Dynamite television were overshadowed by controversies like the CM Punk and Jack Perry All In footage from last week, then the week before that, with the rah-rah speech from Edge responding to CM Punk. Like, we got that out of the way. Now we have to focus on this week, which was a fantastic week for AEW. We had the great match between Claudio and Will Ospreay. Did we expect anything different? Me personally, no. We know what Claudio can do in the ring, and we damn sure know what Will Ospreay can do in the ring. But this was a great episode of Dynamite. Predictable, but great still. With no distractions. That's all I want from Dynamite. It stains with no distractions. In this match, and the matches and the segments and the storylines on this show delivered that. Started out the show with Jon Moxley's kick-ass promo. It kind of was similar to his Brawl Out promo. His promo after Brawl Out happened when he was supposed to go on vacation, but with Brawl Out happening, he had to come back and had to right the ship for AEW and promote what AEW represents and what their championship represents, So his promo about him winning the IWGP World Championship was pretty much the same and on par with this Brawl Out promo he cut on Dynamite after Brawl Out. He's saying how it took him 5 years to get that championship and he finally got it. Now, I think Dean Ambrose is the only man to hold the WWE, the AEW, and the New Japan World Championships. I believe he's the only man to ever do that. So hats off to Jon Moxley. And an important thing in this segment, he called out Will Hobbs for next week's Dynamite, and I think in Daily Pace or it's in Jacksonville. But he's going to face Will Hobbs next week. I think we all know how that's going to turn out. Hopefully AEW don't go the predictable route and having Moxley win, but we'll see come next week. So I thought this was a hell of a promo by Moxley to kick off the show. Then we had a backstage segment with Mercedes Moné talking about her getting attacked last week in her promo, her sit-down conversation she had last week. And she blamed Julia Hart for it. And that Julia Hart or Willow Nightingale is going to find out what you get when you mess with Mercedes Moné, pretty much. Then we had another good matchup, the mixed tag team match with TNT champion Adam Copeland taking TNT champion Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale taking on the TBS Women's Champ, Julia Hart and Brody King. And before this match started, Willow got attacked. You don't know about who, but you can put two and two together who was doing the attacking, and it turned out to be Julia Hart. So Adam Copeland was in this matchup by itself, and it proceeded to be like a handicap match, if you want to call it that. If I was booking it, I would have had Julia Hart interrupting certain aspects of this match, where like if Adam Copeland had the upper hand and he would get like a cover or something, I would have Julia Hart stop it. That way the crowd can get more heat on Julia Hart. I thought AEW missed the mark on that. But they just went the route of Adam Copeland and Brody King working the majority of the matchup. And then Willow coming out there and she got some lits off on Brody King. And then tried to go out to Julia, but Julia ran away. And then Julia came back in the ring, hit her with the chain. And she got the submission tap out on Willow Nightingale to pick up the win for the House of Black. I just thought they could have did more to build her heat. I would have had her just interrupt Adam Copeland every time he tried to go for a cover attempt or something like that. But after that, I believe they proceeded to jump Adam Copeland, and then Mercedes Moné came out there to stop Julia Hart and run them off. And then we had a stare down with Willow and Mercedes. So I'm conflicted when it comes to that TBS championship match. Because I can see them going a route where it's a triple threat match at Double or Nothing with Mercedes, Julia, and Willow for the TBS Championship. I think that would be a good match because Julia Hart is coming into her own since winning that TBS Championship. And I think that would be a nice spot for her to be in, especially in the ring with both Willow and Mercedes. So, I don't know. We'll get to my Dynasty card in the next video, but just to go through my predictions. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Then I think after that they had a sit down with Renee and Samoa Joe, and he talked about Swerve, known as a choke artist, and everything he came close to. Every championship match he came close with, lost. He came up just this short, choking at each point before he can reach his goal and become champion. And then at Dynasty, it would be the same result, and Samoa Joe would be the one choking out Swerve to retain the championship. So that was a good sit-down promo with Renee and Samoa Joe. Then we went on to the 6-man tag team match with the Elite, Okada, and the Butts taking on Daniel Garcia, Pac, and Penta. This match was kind of predictable because I was like, okay, I already know Okada's not going to lose this match. And you don't want to beat the Butts at this point since they're going to be on Dynasty anyway. So all three of the Elite is covered. So you know at that point they're going to win this match. Because all three of those guys are competing at Dynasty. And the only one that's competing at Dynasty for the babyface team is Pac. Penta or Daniel Garcia is not on the show at all. So I was like, okay, process of elimination. I don't think they'd beat Penta. So Daniel Garcia was the odd man out, and Daniel Garcia lost the match. Then after that, the Butts and the Elite proceeded to beat up on Daniel Garcia. And he's about to do something, and then Pac got the hammer for the ring bell and stopped him. But question, what the fuck happened to Rey Fenix? Is he hurt? I feel like I ain't seen Rey Fenix in a very long time, man. We need the Lucha Bros back as a tag team. But no brainer, the Elite was going to win that match just to further build to Dynasty. And I think when it comes to that championship match, I think Okada will win, but I prefer Okada not hold that Continental Championship. I'm not a big fan of that Continental Championship. I would love for him to hold an International Championship because I think that's a better looking championship personally, but we'll see. Then I believe we got another interview segment with Swerve and Renee. And Renee asked him a very important question is, why do he believe he's going to beat Joe? And then Swerve, he responded by saying that's not a question he should have to answer when it comes from Renee. It's a question he should ask Joe. So he's going to confront Joe later in the night and pose that question. Orange Cassidy versus Shane Taylor. Wasn't really interested in it. Shane Taylor's cool. I watched him in Ring of Honor back in the day. But obviously he wasn't going to beat Orange Cassidy. Like, come on. Orange Cassidy got the match at Dynasty. So, and him and Triple Rudders got this storyline going back and forth. So Orange Cassidy is not going to lose. He's like top 10 or top 8 in AEW, like in terms of like the men's division. So I don't think Orange Cassidy is losing no time soon, unless it's to build somebody. If they're doing the route of him versus Trent somewhere down the line in the future, maybe you can use that to help Trent catapult into a different atmosphere than where he is now. So that's the only way I see Orange Cassidy losing anything. Then we got Will Ospreay versus Claudio. Like I said earlier, we know what we're going to get from this match with these two men. They both going to deliver bangers. So what did you expect in this match, man? I'm not going to call any spots in this match. You just go have to watch the match to find the spots. I mean, I'm pretty sure you float around social media and type Ospreay versus Claudio and you can see tons and tons of spots that were fabulous between these two. Great matchup. Great. This pretty much was the main event for real. Even though we had the segment after it was Swerve and Samoa Joe. But fantastic match between Claudio and Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay won. I don't know if Will Ospreay fight Moxley yet? I don't believe he did. But I expect Ospreay to run the table of all the Blackpool Combat Club members, just like he ran the table on the Don Callis family when he got there. So I think as of right now, he's either number 3 in the AEW rankings. So sometime soon, we're gonna get the match between him and whoever the world champion is. Very, very soon. So Ospreay defeated Claudio. And our main event segment, we have one segment I didn't care to talk about is the Jericho and Hood segment. I don't know why AEW is so persistent on just showing Jericho weekly, bro. Like, you could have so many other competitors on your show and you choose to show Jericho. Like, I think the fans are fucking tired. Me personally, I like Jericho, but we tired of seeing him, bro. He's been on AEW television consistently, bro. And in this segment, he made it a point to talk about Daniel Garcia, MJF. Like, everybody he encountered has came off better after encountering him. That's not the case for Daniel Garcia. He didn't come off better. They had a storyline with him and Jericho going after the Ring of Honor championship, and eventually see who was going to win. But they dropped that, and Daniel Garcia was just floundering in the mid card tag team scene for a very long time, until like somewhere before Forbidden Door last year with the Fatal 4-Way with him, Shibata, I think Orange Cassidy, and Zack Sabre. So that wasn't the case for fucking Daniel Garcia, nor was it the case for LAX, Ortiz, and Santana. Wasn't the case for them. They joined Jericho, and then boom, they had some high points, and after that it was gone. Now I think Santana's not even in the company no more. So I'd be glad when this program with Hook and Jericho is over with. They need to get this FTW championship off of Hook and get rid of the FTW championship, man. It's not in the record books. It's just something for somebody to hold. That has nothing, no value in AEW. It didn't do nothing for Ricky Starks. It's not gonna do nothing for anybody else. Hook is no different. Take that championship off of him. Let Hook go after something else. All right, man. Let's go to the main event segment. We had Swerve and Samoa Joe, and Swerve posed the question: why do he think, or why do he believe he can beat Samoa Joe for the World Championship? And he proceeded to bring Joe out there, and he said when he took that championship from Joe last week and held it above his head, he saw the look in Joe's eyes. That's how he knew he can beat Joe for the championship. Then they had the security out there with Samoa Joe, and Swerve went to the top rope, bit the stomp, and knocked out all the security, and then face to face with Joe and told Joe that he's going to beat him for that championship. And with this close-up shot, one thing I want to point out, man, it seemed like AEW is copying WWE with the side plate joints. I'm not a fan of the side plate joint. I don't even like it when WWE does it. I don't know. I couldn't get an up close shot of it, but hopefully AEW still has the bar underneath the AEW logo on the championship where it says the person's name on it. I'm very old school when it comes to that, so I like that type of thing. Not these stupid ass side plates, but I hope AEW don't copy WWE with that shit. That's not a great look. But they going back and forth, and pretty much that's the segment, really. This is just another echelon to build for that championship match at Dynasty. Samoa Joe hit Swerve with the Muscle Buster to end the segment. They stood over his body holding the AEW championship as they fade the block. But this episode of Dynamite was a very great episode. Better than the last 2 weeks. Heading into Dynasty, and one thing I want to say about the Dynasty card, man, and I said this during the Revolution review, I am not a fan of Tony Khan just throwing matches on there for the sake of having matches. This match could have been great as a 6 to 7 match card. You know what I'm saying? We don't need 13, 14 matches on the card, man. Like, if the show started at 9 p.m. Eastern, bro, like, the show gonna run long till like 1 or 2 in the morning, you feel me? And it's on a Sunday, bro. And most people that get up at that next morning on Monday, so how many people gonna sit there and watch the whole entire show? So I know that'd be the case for me most of the time. I can't make it through the whole damn show because it starts so late and it's the duration of the show is so fucking long. Just the amount of matches. Like I'm cool with the Acclaim them being on the show, but I feel like the House of Black 6-man tag team title match don't the 6-man tag team match period in general don't need to be there. I feel like Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly should not be on the show. They can save this. They can save this stuff for Double or Nothing next month. Just build the stories for these matches and leading up to next month. But they probably want Copeland to be in the singles match come Double or Nothing. But it's okay for people to be off the shows. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get more into that in my Dynasty review, man. But like I say, this episode was a very fantastic episode. This is one of the very first. This has been one of the most AEW episodes I've watched in a very long time. And this is a great show, man. So I give AEW props. We're going to get into the Dynasty card sooner rather than later. It might drop tomorrow. It might drop later tonight. But we're on the track for SmackDown in about the next hour and a half. So I'll see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed the AEW Dynamite episode like I did. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.